to the thinking class. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat room. Let's get it started. Come on. Shout out to the thinking class. If you can hear me loud and clear, let's get it. Music popping, can you hear the music? Let's go. Shout out if you can hear the music. Let's get it. Come on. It is Tuesday. Another day of upgrade. Let's get it. Come on. Shout out Sigma, Dre, Tish, everyone watching. Let's get it. Let's get it. Another day of upgrade. Let's get it. Salute to everyone in the chat room. Let's get it. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. Let's get it. Thinking classes in mute. Let's get it going. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Another upgrade has taken place. Let's get it. Are you next in the upgrade? Come on. Let's go. Going D. Adams. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Lawrence D. Adams. Let's get it. Come on, come on. The thinking class. Shout out to the thinking class. TTC. Let's get it. Let's go, thinking class. The one and only. If you've been here long enough, you know we getting it. Let's go. Shout out to the thinking class. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. If you've been here part of the thinking class, I want you to realize that every day we doing from this point on is upgrade. It's upgrade. Let's get it. Jono, what's going on? Wrong screen. There we go. Salute to everybody in the chat room. Let's get it. What time is it? We got a couple more minutes and we're going to start.
30 hertz straight up.
Coach Mike, what's going on? We sound like we're getting ready to battle like Rocky. Let's get it. Deacon class, ready for class. What's going on? It is an upgrade. Today we are talking this week the spiritual side of the game. The spiritual side of the game. My heart line, my compute, can you hear me, Jono?
Yeah.
I hard lied the TV to the box. So I'm looking at the TV now.
Okay. 30 hertz straight up.
Got a couple more minutes, a couple more people to get in. Then we're gonna start.
If you put the Mevo near the TV, then it might be centered, you know what I'm saying? Centered. If you're up on the TV, you might be
Thinking class is ready to go. That's too slow, man. We gotta get that.
You hear me okay?
Gotta get it going. Too
You hear
slow.
me?
Too slow. I can't hear you. Let's see what. Okay, let me see if I can hear you now.
Check.
Nope.
Check. Test. 1, 2, 3.
Nope. You're not.
Test.
Everything's up. Let's get ready. Can't hear Jono. We're about to get him. Everybody, about to get it going. Well, 12-hour church, it don't matter. We're the spiritual tip. Let's get it. Stay blessed and mindful and open the door. Let's get it. I'm open to receive. Let's get that. I'm open to receive. Let's see what happened now.
Check.
Nah,
Same.
I don't know. What I'm going to do, stay on. And I'm going to jump off and come back on, okay?
LDA will be right back. Working out our technical stuff with all the upgrades we're doing. He will be right back. I should check to see if I can be heard. 1 second. Check. No, check.
Everything's up too. Open to receive. Everything is on too. No, I can't hear you. Can you hear me, Jono? I can't hear Jono. And everything is up. What I'll do is, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna cut my board off and then cut it back on. Huh? Don't do that. Chat room, can you hear Jono? Because I can't hear him. Nor I can hear you right through, and I haven't changed anything on here. Love it. Here, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, they can hear me.
Okay. So you hear you both, but I can't hear you. What's going on, everyone? I don't know why I can't hear you, Jono.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, I can't hear you though. Let's make sure everything is plugged in. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Everything is plugged in. Oh, I know why. I know why. I know why I can't hear you. I know why I can't hear you. Say something now, Jono.
check.
Got you. I know what it is. I know exactly what it was. Let's roll. What's going on? I know exactly what it was. Because it was going streaming through the TV, the audio is not connected to the TV.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you had to turn up the TV, basically.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly what it was. So it was every time you talk, it was screencasting to the TV.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, I just thought about it. It happened before, couldn't figure it out. We're good. We are good. I love technology. But anyway, it is an upgrade again. So we're talking about the spiritual side of the game, the spiritual side of the game. So we are talking about the spiritual side. If you missed yesterday, we're going to get in. I seen somebody say that they just worked 12 hours and, you know, they really want to get going. So yeah, respect Joe Blast. What's going on? Hey, what's going on, everyone? You should be able to hear us all now. Yeah, I had to figure it out, man. I'm telling you, that's the thing. Once again, game solves what? Problems.
Yep.
It solves problems. So that's exactly what we did. We solved the problem. Let's start quick. I had to think about it for a minute. But woo! What time did we stop talking last night?
Had to be like 1:40, I think.
Yeah, 1:40 in the morning. 1:40 in the morning, we stopped talking last night because another upgrade has taken place. And I want everyone to catch what we're saying right now. If you're part of the thinking class, you've been here, my lights are not hot enough. If you've been here any amount of time, you know that we're talking about Upgrade Friday, but today is also another upgrade. Upgrade. So I want you to get something really clear. I want you to really catch what we're doing. We're talking about the spiritual side of the game. But I want you to put upgrade in the chat room. Upgrade. I want everybody to put upgrade in the chat room. I can take these off now. Everyone put upgrade in the chat room. I forgot that's what it was. Everyone put upgrade in the chat room. There you go. Upgrade in the chat room. Because if it's upgrade over here, it's going to be upgrade actually for you also. So should I tell them, Jono, or no? Or wait?
It's up to you. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. There you go. Upgrade going all the way up. That's it. Now I'm glad you guys got it. So, you know, we've been working on the MacBook Pro with the M1 chip. The MacBook Pro with the M1 chip, and we said it was $1,500. It would have been $1,500 and some change. $1,500 plus some change. Is that about right, Jono?
Yep.
Because of the upgrade and because of giving, the MacBook Pro is paid for. Let me say that again. Drop the music. The MacBook Pro is paid for. The MacBook Pro, not going to be, it ain't prayed for, it's paid for. It ain't prayed for, it's paid for. Let me say that again. So everybody who's been coming to the thinking class know we were talking about the upgrade of the internet. That happened. And within days, the MacBook Pro is paid for. What's up, Topaz? What's going on? The MacBook Pro is what? Paid for, not prayed for. We ain't praying for it. We ain't, come on, get it down. Come on, show up. Send it over right now. No, the MacBook Pro with the M1 chip is paid for. Let me say that again. And it's because of the upgrade. But we're going to talk about the spiritual side of this. So we need to, I want you to understand the MacBook Pro is paid for. What they say, paid in full? Paid in full. Now, the side that we don't talk about is the journey in the wee hours of the night of moving things around internally in here so that it can come.
It's true.
So that's the spiritual side of the game. So once we got the internet, you notice that as soon as the internet was, what's going on? As soon as the internet was done, what happened? Not many days when the internet was connected yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't even a day. It was the same day.
Right. Soon as the internet was came in, then the MacBook Pro said, you know what? I want to be paid for.
And we said that last month. We were like, we want to hear at the same time, right?
Yep.
We commanded it.
Yep.
We put the commandment out there and we waited for the manifestation. And we didn't doubt that it was going to happen. But as we've said in many other, broadcasts, that it may not come from a place you would expect. And it didn't.
Yeah, it didn't come from what I was expecting at all. So once the rest of the rest of the money comes in, I'm going to pick up the MacBook Pro. I'm going to do like I did with the mixer. I'm going to go there, have the cameras rolling, and pick up the MacBook Pro because everyone in the thinking class is a part of this journey. Because now, this is the thing. If it happened for us, it can happen for you. That is the spiritual side of the game. Now, the caveat to this is something that we were wrestling with yesterday, all about 1 o'clock in the morning, is giving first. Let me say that again, because believe me, I was like Jacob last night. Hey, no, man, I don't know, man. It's the power of giving first. So I'm not trying to blow smoke up your butt. Got to give first. And so there's some people that I have to give first. The MacBook Pro is already here. It's been here. The money is here. But something has to happen first. So I'm teaching the principle that I had to reiterate back to me, thanks to Jono, the power of giving what first.
It's true.
Was it easy? No, it was not easy. That was about 2-hour conversation.
Yeah, especially if you've been given the facility to do it all in the same breath, in the same action. What the universe is trying to show you is, can you be trusted with it?
Right. So if it happened for us, it happens for you. But are you willing to give first? So everyone who gave towards it, you're a part of it. Those who gave with their attention, you're a part of it. Because what is how it is the cycle of life. Circulation, not stagnation. So the spiritual law, the spiritual side of the game. So let's get into it. We laid the foundation yesterday about when we're talking about this, we're not talking about a particular religion. So don't come here. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about a particular faith, even though you need faith for what we're talking about. We're talking about your connection. And when you realize your spiritual that was interesting.
You cut out for a second.
Yeah, it affects your relationships to go this way. So you gotta realize your connection to God is important on the spiritual side of the game, because it gives the spiritual connection what opens the door to wisdom and knowledge that you would not normally have. Especially if you're talking about relationships, you're talking about business, you're talking about moving, jobs. There are some things that your regular mind does not know. You might not know what her flowers is, but you just happen to go to the florist and say, I want to pick this. I just feel like an inkling. I need to get this flowers, and find out what that's her favorite flowers. But you wouldn't have known that what conventional knowledge. So connecting, we got to get you connected to the source. When you connected to the source, it opens you up to what? A wide variety of information, knowledge, and game on another level.
True. We have to really respect the fact that in our physical mind, there are physical dimensional limits. But when you connect it to spirit, there is no limit. And we have to be cognizant of the fact that we need to be connected to the spiritual side, the inner side, the part of you that's the heart, the soul, because there's no limit to where the potential of those connections are made that you'll ever be able to get something done. You're going to have no limit. You can dream as far as you want to dream. We went through this example. That's why we talked about the MacBook. We've been talking about it for weeks, and almost it was like a stagnation. Okay. Only a percentage of it manifested. And it wasn't because we wasn't supposed to get it. It's because it was supposed to come from an unlikely source. And the unlikely source was supposed to finish it and runneth over. And we kept talking about runneth over means. Okay. And when you get an opportunity where you can take care of this and that and this and that and this and that, and you're looking at the accomplishments of a season and accomplishments of a task and a goal, what happens is sometimes where you were supposed to put your attention reveals itself again. Because not only were you supposed to get that goal, but some other goals that may have been, we'll say the word ignore, but in some cases, people tuck things away because they haven't dealt with what needed to happen. What happens is it will present itself again in a timely fashion, and it will be written. It's almost like it will be assigned at that moment. And you have to recognize when the assignment is true. It's going to be blaring in your face. When God gives you a sign, it's literally like the burning bush. It's literally like the tablets getting written on in the top of the mountain. Okay? When you get a sign from the spirit inside, it's literally coincidental to the point where you're like, wait a minute, these two matched up and it's perfect. Like how did that happen? You almost feels like deja vu, like you visited that moment before.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you got to be opened up to see it. You got to be opened up to see it and understand what's going on. Sometimes when God gives you more than you need, it's because you're supposed to meet the need of something else. It may be someone else's need, and you don't even know they need it. I had a person, I'm going to tell you this straight up, LDA. You're not going to believe it. I had a plumbing issue in my house, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you this story? I think I told you this story. I had a plumbing issue in my house. I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. But go ahead.
Whole sewer clogged. And I did not have the money because it was an emergency. I didn't have the money to take care of this problem. It happens every few months to maybe every few years. You never know when it's going to happen because we have tree roots growing in the sewer pipe, and I don't want to pay $50,000 to get the whole pipe excavated, replaced, and everything. So I know this problem might come up, and I know it's going to be a few, could be $1,000 every time it comes up. But you know what? It just reared its ugly head on a I think it was a Sunday morning, and I had no idea how I was going to take care of it because when you call a plumber emergency, you're going to pay extra money for emergency, and guess what? They don't want their money up front.
Right.
I got a call from another person that same morning.
Mhm.
I told the guy to come. I didn't even have the money yet.
Right.
I told the guy come because I was gonna make that money manifest one way or another. And I'm not taking credit for it. Like I knew exactly how it was gonna happen. I just believed it was gonna happen. And I'm telling you, I had to go really inside. I said, listen, I'm gonna have to really move some stuff around. I'm gonna have to go to a couple of ATMs and pull this money out because it ain't gonna come from one place and he ain't gonna want to start doing all this stuff. I started looking. I did not have enough. I looked at it. I did not have enough.
Mm-hmm.
I get a phone call from a person that morning. And he's connected to somebody who was on his show recently.
Mm-hmm.
And he just says, hey, you got Cash App? I was like, yeah, but I haven't logged into it in a long time. He said, well, tell me if your Cash App works. I said, really? I was like, well, anybody telling me that? I'm going to go check it out right away.
Right.
I go look it up. I said, okay, yeah, I check it out. I see it's connected to a bank account and everything. He goes, you know what? God just told me to bless you with this money. Right out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right out of nowhere. And I said, oh my God. So I looked at the amount. He said, he didn't even tell me what it was. He didn't tell me the amount. I looked at the amount. It was exactly the amount of money I needed to take care of this problem. Which tells me what I had in my pocket was designated for its original purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't to be diverted
Mm-hmm.
for this new emergency. Even if I could stretch the other day and stretch it, maybe whatever, it was a Sunday, maybe I stretch it to Monday, work some things around. No, something was supposed to happen with that money that day. And the universe said, no, you got to take care of this today, and I will take care of this and that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the lesson in it is, if you attune yourself within and believe it's only your connection with spirit, you can actually manifest things that don't give you limits in the physical.
Mm.
You will get results in the supernatural.
Mm. Mm.
And I'm not trying to spook anybody. I'm telling you, we've all gotten examples of this. I am not the only one. And I bet you if we lit up the chat room with stories,
Mm-hmm.
you'd hear it.
Right.
It almost be like strange occurrences every time, because we respect the fact that in your mind, sometimes you gotta say, listen, I need both of these things to happen. I need both of these things to happen. And I'm telling you, it happened to me yesterday. That's not just one example.
Mm-hmm.
It happened to me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday was the third, and people who get paid on the first, sometimes you gotta wait till the third, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about I had two bills that was supposed to literally cover a payment that was coming in, and I thought this one particular payment was going to get wiped out by these two bills that decided to rear this ugly head. It got kind of build up. It got to a certain point. And I looked at the math. I said, "Oh, wait a minute! These two bills are going to knock out the whole payment." And I said, "You know what? I'm going to go off and just take care of these. I don't care if I got $5 left in my pocket because of it. I said, I'm just going to take care of it." And you know what? I woke up in faith that morning. The transfer comes through, and the bills come due at the same time. And I said, you know what? I'm going to work it out. Do you know, in the same moment,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the moment I'm about to take care of it, an option comes up to divert. Right in the screen that I never saw before.
Right. Right.
An option comes up and says, hey, you want to set up this kind of plan instead? If you can take care of this and keep this. I was like, I never saw this before for this company. You see it from the electric company. You see it from the water company. You don't never see it from a technology company.
Right. Right.
No technology company. No communications company.
Right.
It came up.
Mm.
I said, of course, I'll take advantage of that opportunity. But you know what? You have to go by in faith and remember that, listen, I'm going to take care of this today. And guess what? It was taken care of, paid in zero. So I'm just giving you two examples of going forward with the belief system that it is done and taken care of, and the universe will work it out for you. You have to show up, though. You can't hold back. You can't be like this. You can't be, no. You see the phone ring, don't answer it. You owe somebody something, even if you don't have it, answer the phone. But you know what? They want to know if you're present. They want to know if something's going on. Go forth in faith that it's going to be taken care of. Go forth and understand that the spiritual side of you is working on it, even though the physical doesn't have a manifestation yet. You got to go forth in the spiritual and see it done. Go forth in a day. Look at a day that hasn't been created yet. I looked at a picture that came up on Facebook today. I had my kids sitting on a couch with 4 laptops with headphones 8 years ago. I don't know if you saw that come up on my feed today.
Yeah, it's Ava and the 2 twins.
That was a day that was not known, right? But tell me they don't have to act like that now in this pandemic.
Sure do.
8 years ago, I had them sit on that couch learning how to remote learn. How did I know? I didn't know. I just did it. I obeyed what the spirit inside me said to do.
And that is one of the secrets I want everybody to get, because he just revealed it. The spiritual side of the game takes all the limits off. The spiritual side of the game takes all the limits off. So I want you really to write that, put it in the chat room. You don't have to put all that, but the spiritual side of the game takes all the limits off. So what happens is it takes any limitation that you have off, only the limitations that you put on. So if you're only predicated to a particular pill, that's going to be the limit that you have. If you predicated to that women ain't no good, that's a limit that you're going to have. And you predicated that only men ain't good, that's what you're only going to have. The spiritual side of the game is for you to take the limits off. And the other side of it is that it's already done. The spiritual side of it is what? So this is like the teaching them that,
Very similar. Very similar.
Ray, what's up, Cortez? Yep, the spiritual side of the game takes the limits off.
Think about it. The only way that your subconscious can be programmed with a limit is if you take something in the physical and put a limit on it, because you say, I don't know if I can do that. You put that doubt in there. You put that constraint on it. You put that block in there. You put that speed bump on there. The subconscious didn't know. It's just like talking to a baby, okay? When you talk to a baby and the baby starts crawling around, you start putting up limits. So this kid can't get to the stairs. So this kid can't get to the dangerous items in the kitchen. You put the limits up, not just because you think it's protection sometimes, but sometimes your protection method will stop you from your goal, will keep you from divinity.
It takes the limits off. If you can understand this, this can be applicable to what? Relationship side, financial, every side. The spiritual side of the game takes the limits off. So, and also, oh man, I got me too now. The spiritual side, if it takes the limit off, it also helps you to sidestep what you don't want in your life.
It's true.
It helps you to sidestep what you don't want in your life. It's like having, what do they call that vision you can see in the dark? What is that called? You know what I'm talking about? Military use
goggles.
The gargles?
Night vision goggles, you think?
Yeah, the night vision. It's like having night vision. You're able to see what? While everyone is in the dark, you're able to see everything that's around you.
You'll be able to navigate.
The spiritual side of the game is for you to take limits off and for you to sidestep things that you don't want and give you night vision, because you realize that a lot of people are in the dark and you're able to navigate in the dark.
It's true. And I'm going to say something that probably people who watch other influencers, they're going to be upset with this next statement. There's a lot of influencers out there that will tell you, oh, it's not you, it's them. It's not you, it's the other side. It's the part that you are looking at that you can't get through. So you got to change whoever that is so you can get the next thing. And I'm being very vague and facetious on purpose because we do this in a lot of things. We take the blame outside of ourselves when we're supposed to be doing it ourselves. We're supposed to be fixing it ourselves. We're supposed to be getting achievements ourselves. We're supposed to be taking criticism and putting it to work and changing our situation, especially internally. And if you don't take responsibility, you will never change. You will never get to the goal. Okay? Take the biggest limit we have is our ignorance. The biggest limit we have is our ignorance. We will choose not to deal with something because we think we're right. We think we're the smartest person, and we don't accept the change. And when you can humble yourself to change, it will happen for you. But you'll never see it until you recognize that you are the problem and you are the one to fix it.
And that's what it comes to responsibility. So we always teach the gospel of, we've been saying this for months, the gospel of responsibility. It's the gospel of responsibility.
It's too important.
The gospel of responsibility. But the spiritual side of the game is for to take limits off. But I want to also say something about the spiritual side of the game. Oh boy, I was thinking about this yesterday. I was twirling it around because we're in this space here. And I have to say it. The spiritual side of the game will make sure you walk in your masculinity and woman in your femininity. Wait a minute, why did you say that? That's a touchy right there.
Might have to repeat it.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have to repeat that again. The spiritual side of the game, let me sit back, will always push you in, if you are a man, into your masculinity and woman into your femininity, because it is your true nature. So repeat that. That might be too much. What are you saying, LDA? When you're in your correct polarity and you're aligned, connected, it'll always come through your what? Natural born polarity, or your natural born female femininity, male masculinity. And I know there's other things out there, but we're not talking about that here. And I understand the whole other side of everything, but I'm just saying that right here. I'm not saying someone who is not that is not spiritual. But what I am saying here, it will push you into your masculinity and will push you into your femininity, or the woman. Tough right there. But it does not mean that you're not connected. So I want you to really grasp what we're saying. The spiritual side of the game is to actually make you unlimited. Remember that? Did you see that movie where the guy took the pill? I didn't think of it. And
Limitless.
That's exactly it. That was a good movie. I think I watched it twice.
You have to look at yourself like this. If you have a paintbrush and you start at the outer part of the room where the door is and start painting toward the wall, and you keep painting until you are painted into this corner, you use the same energy that it would take to put yourself in a box that you can't get out of as you giving yourself a small push off the cliff so you could actually figure out you could fly. Now, where would you want to put all your energy? You want to spend all your energy painting yourself into a corner, or do you want to give yourself even the slightest push doing something positive, which is a slight tick off the cliff so you can spread your wings and fly? There's a lot more effort, a whole lot more effort to paint yourself into a corner that you can't get out of.
Mhm.
But can you literally look at a situation, take the risk, and just do it? It's a snap of a finger. It's not a whole effort of painting yourself into an uncontrollable box. It's a lot less more effort.
Mhm. If this is resonating with you, let me know in the chat room. Let me know in the chat room if this is resonating with you. I want to make sure you guys are on the same page that we're on. And Patreon is coming, because this could have easily went on Patreon right here. Especially the really the more the backstory. And I want you to really grasp that the spiritual side of the game is limitless, to take the limits off of you. What's the song? Push it to the limit. No, not push it to the limit. Beyond the limit.
Find out there is no limit.
Right. That's the spiritual side of the game. See, I can combine you by saying all women are this way, or all particular ethnic groups are this way. But guess what I'm doing? I'm pushing a narrative of limits. How about you see from the let's get this real quick, because I gotta correct this. This ain't no woo-woo, you floating around in the air. Oh, and I see birds and angels flap. No, we're not talking about no woo-woo. We're talking about real boots down spirituality. I want to make sure everybody get that, because people start floating in clouds in a minute. We ain't talking about floating in the clouds. I want to make sure everybody, we ain't got, how people start getting, I thought I seen an angel wing. No, we ain't talking about that. Talking about real life, in your face, what? Spirituality. We ain't talking about, seeing this and seeing that. No. We're talking about you connected to the source, God. That's what we're talking about. So don't come over here and say, "Oh, you teaching that woo-woo, you teaching new age, I ain't teaching no new age. I'm not teaching this, no new science. I'm not teaching none of that. We are saying connect to the source so that you can become what? Limitless. Limitless.
It's true. It's like running on batteries, and all of a sudden you plug into the power. Now you're limitless. You could stay on forever. You see? You still can be on battery, but the point is, when you plug into the spirit, you don't have any limits now. You can last forever.
And this the other side. What time? Okay, we 17. I got to say this. Let me get to 20, and that's it. When you're connected and you realize you're limitless, imagine when you connect to others who have the same consciousness as you are, being connected to the source, and you become what? Limitless together. Y'all miss that. Let me say that, because everyone's talking down relationships ain't gonna work. You gotta be this, you gotta be that. When you connect spiritual and you have the spiritual side of the game, you understand the physical side of the game, you understand the working on yourself side of the game. But when you connect spiritually together, you guys, you and her and you, become limitless together. Actually, as John has been saying this since he came on, you now become what? Multiplication, not divide.
It's true. If you can increase yourself by a whole factor, which means taking two things, and instead of making 2, make 4, that's multiplied. You shouldn't have to be dividing your effort when you come together with a plan with something, because you're supposed to have a lot more surface area for working out the kinks, a lot more opportunity for brainstorming, and you should have a faster connection to the goal.
That's what happens when you connect So even we're talking about male and female, because that's what everybody want to know, a female to male relationship, but also in business or in your tribe, when you connect spiritual, you guys what begin to multiply. Catch what we're saying, the spiritual side of the game. Sometimes you guys have not, what you said, the batteries haven't been plugged in back of you, and then the other person's batteries not be plugged in, and you're trying to get what? Energy from them that they can't give you. So you drain them. I think you might have to talk about that tomorrow.
True. We're getting there.
Hmm?
We're getting to that time.
Yeah. I might have to talk about that tomorrow. The spiritual side of the game. I want you guys to get this today. The spiritual side of the game is for you to understand that it makes you limitless. The only thing that's confining you is you. Because it was me last night. It was me last night. Yep, right there. So if this is resonated where you guys got something from this, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, not the PayPal, but hit the PayPal and the Super Chat. And tomorrow we're talking about, we're going a little bit further in the spiritual side of the game, is understand the dynamics between you and someone else. Many times you may be picking someone who's not connected. And then you want to come on YouTube and say, this stuff ain't working, this stuff ain't right. These people ain't right, I don't know why. Because you're spiritual connected or you're not, and then you're picking someone else who needs to be connected. And you're trying to get a jumper. You know how to be trying to jump. Hold on, man. Put your foot on the gas. You're trying to jumpstart somebody who should be spiritually connected too. So guess what happens? It drains your battery. Spiritual side of the game. Get it? So if anybody have any questions, I did see some comment. I think I seen something that Fear Soul, they said it was pretty good. Let's go right here. He said, I hate goofy dudes with multiple accounts trying to downplay the game. Why y'all so weak? All these dislikes when certain people come. Shame. I hate somebody hit dislike. Oh, that's because it's them. Dislikes don't affect so I don't want you people to understand. Dislikes don't affect the channel. Actually, this shows engagement because you had to be listening to what? Dislike.
You have to be engaged.
Joke on you. I hate goofy dudes with multiple accounts trying to downplay the game. Why y'all? So you're here. There's somebody trying to say what we said today. This make a lot of sense. Spiritual side. Take the limits off. Spiritual side of the game takes the limits off. Right. My information this week, I have an abundance mindset. Cancel out self-limit. So let me change the affirmation. I allow myself to experience abundance. I allow myself to already experience the abundance. I allow myself to experience what? The abundance. I've already allowed, let's get it to even further. I've already allowed myself to experience the abundance. So you want to take it to the past tense. So your mind doesn't know between yesterday, today, I already allowed myself to experience the abundance. We are the ones who put limits on the game. Correct. Spiritual side of the game is limitless. Right. Now you're getting it. That's big. We are limitless. Let us put limits. Lest we put limits on ourselves. Correct. That's powerful. You have to recognize the problem and change it. You can't ignore the problem. Right, Cortez? That's it.
How about the rules of the game aren't written till you start writing them?
That's good. It's not enough. It's not enough. Keep allowing God to use you to bless us, big bros. Appreciate that. And this is second day in. I I came to this same realization and meditation yesterday. Good. I'm glad. See, good. You meditating. I love that. I love that movie. That movie was good. Yeah, I like that movie too. Gentlemen, I'll catch the playback to dilute this lesson. I'll give you my feedback. Peace, class. I appreciate that. Resonating with you. Good. Trey is saying, "What? I'm resonating. I needed this for some limits I had on myself recently." Correct. We all had limits. Trust me. There is no limit. Right. That makes sense. It makes sense. It's society's program that affects our natural spiritual being. Correct. What did you? I think I missed something. Limits we put on ourselves, our self-beliefs. Okay. Some people dislike before the stream even starts. You know what? I love them. They don't know they're messing up. They're only making it. I already allowed myself to experience abundance. There you go. That's the right information. Patreon, baby. Yes, it's coming. I'm already open to receive the good game.
Facts.
I'm already open to receive the good game. When you realize this, it takes everything to the next level. So they can dislike all they want, because when Patreon kicks in, Patreon is a site where you have to pay a monthly fee. And we would talk about things. I think we'll just make it $5. $5. People come in. You'll hear teaching monthly, or we'll go live, and you'll hear things that we can't say over here. So you can dislike all you want over there because you already what? Paid.
It's not prayed for.
It's paid. It ain't prayed for, baby. It's paid for. It's what? Paid for. So I want y'all really to get this. So yeah, Patreon, that's what Patreon, yep. So I want you guys to really get what we're talking about today. Spiritual side of the game is for you to take limits off. It ain't talking about no woo-woo, walking on clouds, walking on, I like that song, Walking on Sunshine. We're walking on sunshine. Oh, yeah.
It's getting serious on this track, fam.
All right, people just like this cause they can't handle the level of spirituality powerful. What? That's it, right?
Dismiss what they don't understand.
Right. Interview with a student on Patreon exclusive. Oh yeah.
You got the right temperature right there.
Yeah. We're already blessed and have experienced it. Us being here is the proof. Yeah. We're gonna do that's good. So he already put it, an exclusive interview with the students of the Deacon class on Patreon.
You're gonna have to show your work.
Shout out to Kevin Samuels. That's his slogan. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Show your work. See, we had no problem. I got no problem shouting nobody out. Because it's so what? The pie is so big.
There is no first, but the issue is we know it's catchy, and we know who's more popular saying it. It's okay.
Yeah.
No problem with it.
It don't take away. Show your work. So everybody in the thinking class, Patreon, got to come over and show your work. Exclusive interviews. What time is it? 28? Right on time. We out of here. We about to go. Any questions before we leave? Spiritual side of the game. You ain't gonna hear that nowhere else. You ain't gonna hear it.
You will soon. You will soon.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah, I heard that. I don't know why I just feel like the spiritual side of the game is taking the limits out. Where did you hear that from?
It's getting serious on this track, fam.
You're gonna hear it again. But remember where the originator was. Because this is the thinking class. And trust me, transformation is happening here. The effect out there. And we out of here. You got what? 1 minute? 2 minutes? 2 minutes. Clock is ticking. Uh-oh, we know we haven't did in a while? The numbers. So what number should we use today?
At 15. Let's start again, right? It popped up again today at 15.
1,500?
Mhm.
1,500 is the number. Let me put that in the chat room. I'm going to be the first one to say it. That's the number for today, 1,500. They try to beat me to it. Oh, I got it. 1,500 is the number today. After the show over, put 1,500 in the comments. 1,500 is the number today. Because that can double, multiply, triple, tenfold. 1,500 is the number. This track is called Next Level. Thank you to the thinking class. I've been thinking on, wow. That's what I want to see. He says, thank you to the thinking class. I've been thinking on my own daily, solving problems. 1,500. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. 1,500. We ain't talking about the drink 1,500 either. Run game on yourself first. You see, you already know it. See, you remember that, Sigma. I said the first game you need to run is on yourself. Y'all try to run game on everybody else, but not on yourself. Watch. Repeat that up. We're here somewhere else. Salute. We out of here. I don't got the pictures queued up, but I guess yeah, we got that queued up. Guess I just turned the camera on. Hey. Hey. 1,500. Shout out to the thinking class. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. 31.